This weekend, what they're going to be doing is playing lacrosse at Ridley Athletic Complex, something our next guest is very familiar with. I have no doubt this is extremely exciting for her, as she is now part of the Maryland Charm of the WLL, and they will be making their debut on Friday night at Ridley as part of homecoming weekend, as she is Loyola legend Sydni Black, and she is back with us now here on GCR. Sydni, it's Glenn. It's always great to catch up with you. Thank you so much for taking the time for us.
Hey, Glenn, how you doing? Thank you so much for having me. Excited to be here and talk a little lacrosse with you.
Are you kidding me? How cool is this? I can only imagine, right? Like, everything about this. It's cool to be part of the Charm. It's cool to be part of the WLL. But for it to be happening this way, with you playing at Ridley this weekend, how do you possibly put into words how exciting this weekend is for you?
Oh, yeah, it's a little bit of deja vu with a dream come true. I mean, how lucky am I to be able to play at home professionally with the Maryland Charm tomorrow night at Loyola. Incredible. So excited. When I got the news from the league, when the schedule came out and I saw we were over at Ridley instead of down at Hopkins this weekend, oh my gosh, just lost for words. So excited to be home.
Tell me about, like, that part of it, obviously significant, but let's start with just the Charm. And you guys did this with the Sixes tournament, obviously the championship series, but now for there to be close to a full season and a real professional week-to-week league, how meaningful is it to be a part of it? And then, like, you know, is there a party that says, now we got to go out and put on a show because we want this thing to be massive and there to be an even fuller season and even fuller league moving forward?
Well, yeah, absolutely. I mean, you have women in this league who have been playing for so many years. You know, we think about the youth level, going through high school and collegiately, and some representing national teams, but to finally be able to wear a women's lacrosse league jersey across our chest and represent the state of Maryland for us, to represent the Charm, to do it at Loyola is going to be incredible. I mean, to be a part of history really is what it is. And I'm at a loss for words to even explain how grateful I am. I can probably speak for all of the other women in the league. We're excited, we're grateful, and we're going to put on a show. No worries about that. No nerves there. We've been ready for this moment for as long as we were little girls, and we're here to stay.
I have no doubt about that. Let's talk about the Charm, right? Because, like, the kind of cool thing, it's funny. I've been looking at all these rosters. I'm like, my God, it's just legends on every single one of these rosters. They're all so loaded. But I know it hasn't been a breakthrough yet in the Sixes format. Playing full field lacrosse, how confident are you in this group and what you're going to be able to do this season?
So confident. For all of us, it's really just going back to our roots. 10 on 10 is what they play at the international level, and lucky for us, we have a few USA and Team Canada stars on our team as well, so very familiar there. Sixes is a fun, fast game, obviously what's going to be in the Olympics in 2028, but for us, this 10 on 10 full season with the WLL is what we've been waiting for, and we're excited to get out there and show the world in Maryland and Baltimore specifically what we can do.
Doing it with Livy Rosenzweig. How wild is it for you that, like, this is part of your now professional experience?
Oh, it's so fun. I mean, after college, obviously, you never know if you're going to play with any of your teammates again, but let alone to be able to play with Livy is pretty exciting for me. Obviously, a very close friend, but a mentor since I stepped on campus at Loyola, too. So to be able to go out there for our first game professionally together with the Charm is really exciting, and to do it at home, again, incredible.
Homecoming weekend, obviously the PLL and the WLL for the next couple of days at Ridley Athletic Complex, and the Charm will be in action tomorrow night along with the Whip Snakes, so sort of a Maryland doubleheader on Friday night. Sydni Black is with us here on GCR. Sydni, the fact that it's at Ridley, there to me is like the showcase part of this, right? Like, everybody knows about the power of certain programs, but what you all were able to accomplish during your time at Loyola and putting Loyola kind of in that conversation among the top programs in the country, how much more special is it that, like, that conversation gets to be had as you guys are there again this weekend and talking about the rise of Loyola women's lacrosse over the course of the last decade?
Oh, most definitely. Incredible honor for us to be back at home here at Ridley. Obviously, a very storied program, as you just mentioned, but also a bit biased. Probably the best facility and host location of the
Man,
summer for the WLL and PLL, but also I think in the entire country right now. So for fans to get a chance to come and see us and kind of share that history with them that they'll be able to see across the stadium throughout the weekend is going to be great. I see a lot of Hound alums in the stands for sure there too, and including Loyola legend Jen Adams and Dana Doby there.
yep.
But it's going to be it's so fun to share the history of the program. And for those who've watched Loyola on TV and maybe have not gotten a chance to get down to Ridley, for those that are coming into town for the weekend for the games, the tickets obviously available online at plltickets.com. It's going to be great.
You did you like send? I know that part of the story this season is like Army and Navy are really good programs, and you guys have just been so dominant that maybe people didn't recognize that. But like, did you send any of the girls a text like, "Hey, I thought we were never going to lose one of these." Like, how did you handle the streak coming to an end, and what does it say about the strength of the Patriot League overall?
I think it really speaks volumes to the alumni we have. Immediately after the games, it wasn't like a what's going on. It's, we're incredibly proud of you all,
Yeah.
incredibly proud of the coaching staff and all of them as well. But, it takes a lot of people to build a streak like that. So it's not just, one team that it's falling on when it ends. We're incredibly proud of the program. And, incredibly proud of the Patriot League as well. How awesome is it that we are such a competitive league, such a competitive conference, incredible players, national players of the year almost every year, Glenn, which is pretty incredible for some smaller universities here. But we are so proud of them.
My Navy nearly got the job done against Maryland too in the quarterfinals. Boy, that was a heck of a game.
Great game.
Sydney, this team, right? What have you maybe learned about it already? I know like this is the first game, and so there's still probably a lot to be learned. But what have you learned about this team? What your style is going to be? What your expectations are for this group in this inaugural season?
I think the expectation across the board is for us to win, right? We're incredibly proud to be representing Maryland on the Charm. After training camp a couple weeks ago, we stayed in very close touch. We've built chemistry incredibly quickly as we've added folks in to the roster, college draft picks in, and we're excited. We're itching. We're ready to go. I think you're going to see a very gritty, a very fast and exciting team. We have the best players in the world, hands down, on our team. So you're definitely going to see a show from all of us.
You in particular, right? Like everybody, I know, obviously, from the time that I've been around the program, how good you are. The nation seems to be like every chance we get, we want Sydni Black representing women's lacrosse and representing what the WLL is because you are such a steward for the game and all that is good. How have you handled the spotlight that you've had? You've talked to me openly about like being a black lacrosse player in a sport that does not have nearly enough of them, and the spotlight that comes with that for trying to encourage more young women to pick up a lacrosse stick and play the game. How have you handled all of this, and not just like you want to be a great athlete, but maybe knowing the moment is even more than that as you've jumped into your pro career?
Most definitely, and what an honor that is. Appreciate the kind words as usual, Glenn. But I've said it before. Everyone in this league right now, we stand on the backs of giants. It's incredible that the WLL is here and where it is now, but we would be remiss to forgo mentioning all the legends who've gotten us to this point, to be on this platform, to have voices to speak out and to be ourselves and showcase the sport for what it is and who we are today. And that's where I think that comes from for me. It's an inspiration that I just cannot let those folks down who have helped me get to this position. And I can only hope to inspire, the future generations of WLL stars, of Loyola Hounds even, to want to aspire to do something bigger than themselves. And that's the beauty of sports. It connects us in different ways. It gives us the opportunities we might have not had otherwise. And I'm just incredibly grateful to be a part of that.
That's cool to hear you say that, Sydney. That's so cool. I love everything about that. And like, again, how appreciative have you been about the commitment that's been shown by the folks in the PLL And like you've been through this with like other leagues, like how confident are you that what you just said is, hey, we're gonna be talking about the Maryland Charm, we're gonna be talking about the WLL for decades. In 50 years, we'll be coming back and reliving the glory days, the early days of the WLL. Like, how much confidence do you have in the direction of this?
I have so much confidence. The front office of the league, of the WLL and the PLL, they have made it clear to us that this is not just, some publicity stunt. It's not a fluke. We're here because we deserve to be, and they recognize that, and they're going to make sure that they give us every possible opportunity to showcase women's lacrosse for the sport it is, the sport it will continue to become as we prep for the Olympics, as we prep for continued WLL seasons. Like you said, I like that. In the next 10 to 50 years, that's what it'll be. So it's an honor to step out on the field every time we do. Tomorrow is no different, just a little extra excitement to get to do it at home.
Yeah, it's Ridley, right, 100%.
Absolutely.
And it's the first one, and it's all of that stuff. That's the stuff that matters a lot. I've heard you say the word a couple times, right? Like, I know that's a completely different conversation, but have you been thinking about that? And, like, is that maybe a subplot to this season that there's a lot of girls that are fighting for what's not going to be a very large Olympic roster? I don't think people realize how small these rosters are. Like, that's maybe a subtext to this season is there's a lot of people that want to go represent the United States in the first ever Olympics.
Sure. I mean, I'm sure that's in the back of every athlete's mind, including my own. As we continue to look, as we count down the days here, I think I saw it was maybe just over 700 days until 2028 Olympics. So, however, I would say for all of us right now, the moment is just focused on being in the present. And tomorrow's game is a big step, not just for lacrosse, but for women's sports as well. And we can't wait to go out there and take that first step and continue on this path of greatness that the WLL has put us on.
An awesome Friday night ahead. Again, the Whipsnakes play at 6, and then the Charm play against the California Palms at 8:30 at Ridley Athletic Complex. It's going to be an amazing weekend. Sydni Black, remind me, you're not really a Twitter person, right?
Not too much.
But Instagram, correct?
Yes. You can follow me at Sydni Black _ on Instagram.
And that's, of course, SYDNI, Sydni Black _ Give her a follow there. Sydni, we're coming out. We can't wait to see you. So excited for you and for everybody that this is happening. Looking forward to being there tomorrow night. Thank you, as always, for taking the time for us. And best of luck in this season, all right?
Thank you so much, Glenn. We'll talk soon.